Hello everyone, welcome back to Global Home Cooking. Today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious Sri Lankan style milk toffee using condensed milk. This traditional sweet is rich, creamy, and perfectly chewy with a beautiful caramel flavor that melts in your mouth. Milk toffee is a very popular treat in Sri Lanka and it's often made during festivals, celebration and special family occasions. The best part about this recipe is that it uses simple ingredients and easy methods but results is amazing. In this video, I will guide you step by step so you can make this classic sweet perfectly at home. So let's get started and make some sweet Sri Lankan milk toffee. See all the ingredients we are using today displayed on the screen. If you like to make this recipe later, feel free to pause the video and write it down before we start. First, look at the ingredients we need to make this delicious Sri Lankan milk toffee. We need 1 tin of condensed milk, about 395 milliliters, and half a cup of milk. Next, measure the sugar using empty condensed milk tin and add 3 quarters of sugars. Rinse the condensed milk tin with about 1 tablespoon of water and pour that into the pan as well so we don't waste any of the condensed milk. For the flavor and texture, we also need some crushed cashew nuts and few crushed cardamom pods. And finally, a couple of teaspoons of butter to give milk toffee rich, smooth taste. Those are all ingredients we need to make this classic Sri Lankan sweet. I have added condensed milk, fresh milk, and sugar into a pan. Place the pan on the stove and turn the heat very low. It is important to start cooking this mixture on very low heat so it doesn't burn. While the mixture is heating, I have lightly buttered all the utensils and the tray that I will use later to set the milk toffee. This will help prevent the toffee from sticking and make it much easier to handle once it's ready. Now you can see the mixture is getting thicker and thicker. At this stage, you cannot stop stirring. Keep stirring continuously. Once you start cooking the milk toffee, you have to keep stirring all the way until it finishes. Otherwise, the mixture can burn or stick to the bottom of the pan. Normally, this process takes about 20 to 30 minutes. As you can see, the color has started to change and the mixture is becoming thicker, but it's not ready yet. Controlling the heat is very important when making milk toffee. You need to keep the heat on very low and continue stirring the mixture constantly until it finished. If you maintain low heat and keep stirring patiently, you will get smooth texture, beautiful color and perfect milk toffee in the end. Now you can add about a teaspoon of butter. This helps make the mixture soft and easier to handle. Next I am adding my cashew nuts. Today I am using cashew nuts cut into small pieces, but you can also use peanut if you like. I am adding a little extra cashew nuts because the mixture already has condensed milk, sugar, so extra nuts help balance the sweetness. Now the mixture is nearly ready. Now you can see the mixture is coming away from the pan easily with the spoon, and you can clearly see the thick texture. If you touch a little bit of the mixture on the spoon, you will notice that it doesn't stick to your finger. This is a good sign that milk toffee mixture is almost ready. Now the mixture is ready, so I am transferring it into a prepared tray. At this stage, you have to work quickly. That's why it's very important to have all your utensils ready before you start. Because once the toffee is ready, you don't have time to look for them. If you use non-stick pan, the mixture come out very easily. Using a silicone spatula, you can spread and flatten the mixture smoothly across the tray. Because we added butter, it's much easier to handle the spread. Once the surface is flat and smooth, leave it about 10 minutes to set slightly. Before the toffee becomes fully hard, use a knife to mark lines and cut into pieces. This one has a lots of cashew nuts, so the cuts may not look perfectly smooth, but the taste is still amazing. For clear cuts, wipe your knife and use a sharp knife while cutting. Because of the nuts, it can be a little harder to cut, but that's completely normal. And here it is, our homemade Sri Lankan milk toffee. You can see the beautiful pieces with cashew nuts inside. It's rich, buttery, and full of delicious caramel flavor. This traditional sweet is perfect for tea time, celebrations, or sharing with family and friends. Once it is fully set, you can store it in an airtight container and it will stay fresh for several days. Hope you enjoy this recipe. If you try making the Sri Lankan milk toffee at home, share this video with your friends and family so they can also learn how to make this delicious Sri Lankan milk toffee at home. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next delicious recipe in Global Home Cooking.